Hey, Shalom Shalom Mishpocha! Welcome to another edition of the Brit Chadasha Connections. My name is Rabbi Yehuda Ben Shomer. I'm your host, and today we're going to be dealing with Torah portion, or Parashah, I should say, number 7, called Vayetze, which means he went out. And the focus text is Yochanan, John, chapter 1, verses 19 through 51, and Matthew 15:16. You know, we live in a society where, 2 to 5 minutes you can have a bag of popcorn. Pizza is usually delivered to your house in, 30 minutes or less. Eyeglasses can be made in about an hour. Internet download within mere seconds. So we live in a society where it's all based and focused on convenience and instant gratification. And basically, and unfortunately, the victim is our patience. But the scripture passages, the Torah, Half-Torah, and Brit Chadasha portions, seem to be dealing with a theme of patience. We see that Yaakov, Yitzhak's son, had to stay with his uncle Laban, and he ended up marrying Laban's 2 daughters. And there were some problems between Jacob and Laban, and eventually, because of mistreatment and injustice, Jacob left. But all these trials and persecutions span over time, and they developed Jacob's character. And through all these events and through all this happening, Jacob, ended up fathering 12 sons. And these became the 12 tribes of Israel. But notice, the 12 tribes weren't birthed overnight. I mean, you were talking about years and years and years and years for all the different sons to be born to make up the 12 tribes. We see in John chapter 1 where, Yochanan is preparing the way for Messiah to come, preparing for his own cousin, Yeshua HaMashiach, to come. And just as Israel didn't become a people overnight, and just as they weren't delivered from the bondage to Egypt overnight, Yeshua's ministry didn't start overnight either. He was 30 years old when he was mikvahd by his cousin Yochanan and went into public ministry. And it took a while for him to obtain his 12 Talmudim, his disciples. They didn't come overnight. He chose them over a period of time, and so things just don't happen, click, 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 boom, 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 boom. He didn't obtain those 12 Talmudim overnight, and he had more than 12 Talmudim. He had 12 main ones, which were the core of his group, but he had many, many other followers. And ironically, in John 6:66, ironically, this tells of some of Yeshua's Talmudim leaving him and abandoning him because of misunderstanding his words and his doctrine and his role as Messiah. So, the main theme here is patience. We live in a self-gratifying society where everything is basically at our fingertips. We can have anything we want within anywhere from a few seconds to a few minutes to a few hours to a few days. It's rarely that we have to wait on something that we really desire. But good things come to those who wait, as the old adage says. And things that are lasting and that are good don't happen overnight, just like Aesop's fable of the tortoise and the hare. Slow and steady wins the race. And I think of Abraham, who didn't have a son until he was, way up there in age, close to 100 years in age. And, I think of Moses, who, was much, much older before he became the leader of the exodus of the children of Israel. And that Yeshua waited until he was, 30 before he started his public ministry. And Noah, he was an old man, and spent many, many years building the ark before the floods actually came. So be patient. You are a work in progress. You are under construction. The scriptures say that he who has begun a good work in you is faithful to complete it. So you're an unfinished project. Maybe you haven't come into your fulfillment, into your fullness yet, and that's okay. Let God have his way in the book of James, it talks about patience. Let patience have her perfect work. You were born for such a time as this. Let God mold you and make you and forge you. It's painful. It seems like an eternal, slow process. But, just like forging of metals, of gold and silver, to be purified, you have to go through the refiner's fire. You have to go through some pain. You have to go through some refining. And, it can be a lengthy process. But if you wait and are patient, in the end, and God puts you to use, you will come into your fullness. And so if the patriarchs and matriarchs and even Yeshua Messiah could wait in regards to them being used by God in ministry and having good things come and full things come to them, then, I can wait too. And it's a matter of battling against this society of instant gratification that we find ourselves in, to be patient and let patience have her perfect work. Just like, when you were a little kid, your car trips, going on vacation. Your parent, you're like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? When are we going to get there? And my parents would say to me, getting there is half the fun. Enjoy the ride, enjoy the trip, enjoy the scenery. And so enjoy this growing experience. Enjoy this experience as you go into the journey towards your ultimate fulfillment as a human being and as a follower and a believer of Messiah Yeshua. So thanks for watching. Tune in again next time. Shalom and Shavua Tov. Bye-bye.